Hey everybody, today's video is going to be a little bit different. I wanted to talk about 10 different ways that we saved money by doing our own renovations in our bedroom. Me and Jason love the Pottery Barn style, but we don't always like the prices. We love to walk in the mall into Pottery Barn, but it's usually a look, don't touch type of situation because you don't want to drop that $100 vase. So I'm going to talk to y'all about different ways that I did some Pottery Barn dupes, and I can't wait to show y'all. I had went on Pinterest and got some ideas from that, and I also went on my laptop and I made a mood board, which really helps when you're trying to match colors. And we wanted to use gold, and we knew we wanted to use a dark color of paint. But when you make a mood board, that kind of just helps you match everything together. So one of the things that we really like is, like I said before, Pottery Barn. And we didn't want to replace our bedroom furniture because it's still good. There's nothing wrong with the drawers or anything, nothing's broken. But we had really dark furniture and we didn't want that anymore. We wanted a brighter furniture. So instead of paying for Pottery Barn or new furniture from any furniture store, I looked on YouTube and I found some tutorials to do a Pottery Barn dupe. And I'm gonna try to tag the lady that I followed because it was a really good tutorial, and I'll show you the products that I used as well. I'm gonna show you a close-up of the furniture. We saved a lot of money by doing this. I did the chest of drawers and the dresser and also the bed. Here's a close-up. I think it turned out really, really good. If people come in, they honestly have thought that it was just we bought new furniture, and I love it and I have not regretted it at all. Something else that I knew I really wanted was a pincushion headboard, and it was a dark wooden headboard before. So I went also on Pinterest and YouTube, and if I can find the YouTube tutorial for that, then I will tag that lady down below too. But I just took a piece of plywood and we bought some foam and the material, and it's really not as hard as it looks, and I love the way that it turned out. I got these on Amazon, the material from Hobby Lobby. I'll try to put where I got everything down below, but that alone saved us so much money. And I'll show you what I did with the leftover foam and the material, because that also saved us money. So anywhere we could, we just tried to save money. So when we can save money on different things like using the extra foam and the material, you don't realize how much money it is going to save until you look and see how much it would have cost if I would have went and got a different material on top of having that extra. If you can just use what you already have, then you will save money. And I love the way that it looks. It does match the bed frame perfectly, of course. And I think that it looks really good. Another way we saved a good bit of money is by getting our little knobs in bulk on Amazon. I will try to find the ones that I got specifically. There was just enough to be able to do the chest of drawers and the dresser. And then I switched it up and did something like this for the bottom drawers and the bottom drawers on the dresser as well. And I really love the black, so we kind of mixed some of the hardware. We did black. We did do black over there as well, but I might switch that to gold someday just so it'll pop a little more against the darker color. But then we have a lot of mixed metals. So we have the gold everywhere. I love the gold, the brassy look too, like more of like an aged look. And then we had never went with anything like black, but I really liked it against the color of the furniture. I thought it looked really good. Another way that we saved money was by not switching out the carpet. We tried to decide whether or not we wanted to do that. We did price to be able to switch out the carpet in our bedroom and the kids' bedrooms, but at the time it was more money than what we wanted to spend. And instead of getting new carpet, I went on Facebook Marketplace and I actually found a massive rug, and it's really nice. It was basically brand new, it said, and I got it on a major discount. I think I paid less than $100 for it. And rugs that were similar were like $500–600 at least. Rugs are outrageous, and I do love rugs. I normally wouldn't buy a rug on Facebook Marketplace used, but it did look really new like it said, and I really wanted a big rug to be able to cover any stains that there may be on the carpet. And so I'm really excited about it. It goes really good with our room, and I'm going to show you all a little bit of it. As you can see, I just feel like it goes really good. I did love the pattern. I loved the color. So I was really happy with it, and I got it for $100. Instead of buying it brand new and paying $600 or $700, or going to Lowe's or somewhere and getting new carpet altogether, which was gonna be, I believe it was like $2,000 or $3,000 for all 3 bedrooms. When I was looking at YouTube and Pinterest for inspiration, I loved the look of wall sconces. They're just super cozy, and I just love the vibe that they give off. So I did find these wall sconces on sale, and I will try to find them to tag below as well. And these are actually wired sconces, but to save money, instead of wiring them, because Jason does know how to change out the fixtures, the light fixtures, but to actually wire something up, we probably would have had to pay somebody else to do that, and we were trying to save money. So instead, Jason did hang these on the wall, and then I found some rechargeable light bulbs, and I found them on Amazon, and I will tag them down below. They are really awesome. They have little remotes, so you can switch out the time, so the amount of time that you may want them lit. You can also switch out warm lighting, like a bright light, and then like a LED blue light. I always do the warm lighting, that's my favorite. Here's an example. You can change the colors, and I'm going to change it back to warm. You can brighten it up or dim it. You also have a 15-minute timer, a 30-minute timer, or a 60-minute timer, or you can leave it on until you want to turn it off. So we absolutely love these. I apologize about the lighting. I know it's terrible, but I'm having to film this time of day because Evie's napping, Jason's on his lunch break, and this is his study for work. And also, speaking of Jason, if you hear any noise in the background, he is right out there on the back deck working on building it, and he's just having to work on it as he has time, lunchtime, and as soon as he gets off work before it gets dark. So I'm sorry if you hear anything, but I wanted to talk about these cabinet doors. So this is where we saved some of the most money, actually. So we had wanted the cabinet doors to open up and then slide in, and we wanted that on the top and the lower, and this is identical to the other side. So we would have needed technically 2, 4, 8 of these. So we looked into it. 1, to find the hardware is kind of hard, but 2, it was going to cost $1,000 just for the hardware, and we did not want to spend $1,000. But Jason's work desk is over there, and he didn't want to be opening up the cabinet doors and kind of be stuck in a little cave, and I didn't blame him there. We came up with a different solution, and instead of paying $1,000, it only cost us $50, and I think it was a really good idea. I'm going to show you on the bottom first. So they actually just pull off, and there's magnets. So he put magnets on the doors and magnets on a little frame, and so we just do this and they click right on. And his doors usually do stay off because he works at a desk, and also he's got another set of computers on that area where he games, and he doesn't game all the time, but at night sometimes he will. So normally we do leave the doors off of that side, and he's got it all nice and neat, and he puts the doors in the master closet, and there's plenty of room there. And then if we want to ever have the doors on, we just take them out of the closet and put them over it. So this is my side. This has my Cricut and all of my scrapbook supplies, which I haven't gotten to work with in a while. I'm gonna show y'all. It's not that messy. There's not a lot in here, but I kind of just want to show y'all what it looks like in the inside. He put a shelf up here, and you can see the magnets up there. And then I haven't gotten anything else in there really. Here's my Cricut and just some of my craft supplies. Now, it can be, you know, a little bit tricky to put these up, but it's really not that hard, and they stay well. And $50 was a way better price than spending $1,000, especially when you're on a budget. And it looks great, you'd never know it. So we do love that. We love that we were able to do that. Jason did build all of this. We designed it together. He came up with the idea of the shelves. These shelves are removable, so if I wanted to have something tall, I could, and I do love that. We've always built, if we built shelves in the TV stand or anything, we always build it to where we can remove the shelves. That way you can decide, do you want tall, short? He's got several different little areas that I can put to where it could even be like really short. I love that. A big way that we saved a lot of money is actually by buying these nightstands at Ross. So we had one big nightstand before, and it just wasn't gonna work. That's the only piece of furniture that we had to buy new. There wasn't really gonna be room on either side now that we had the built-ins in, and we kind of both wanted a nightstand. So we were looking around, he was gonna actually make some, but we were in Ross one night, and we actually found these really cute nightstands, and they had two of them, and they matched the wood perfectly. It looks like that I literally painted these two. And also, the bottom of them had metal feet, and that didn't really go with the style. And so we found these feet at Lowe's, and I just wound up painting them to match the rest of the furniture, and it looks like it just came like that. We love it. So you can see here, it just looks like it was meant to be. The last thing that I kind of saved money on, and I do like to do this, is for the decorations. What I like to do is, if I know I'm gonna be redoing a room or wanting some new decor, then I will go to yard sales. I did find some really good finds. I'll show y'all in just a second. And then I also like to kind of DIY or update some of the stuff that I already have, which I did talk about in the last video. I got some paint, and I showed y'all the vases that I did that are they're actually supposed to be a dupe Pottery Barn style, and I do really like the way they turned out. And I also like to go onto Facebook Marketplace and see what I can find. Hobby Lobby, a lot of these decorations are from Hobby Lobby, and what I like to do there is try to always go when I know that they're gonna be 50% off or 40% off with what I'm looking for in particular. So I remember when I was looking for decorations for this room, I wanted some that hung on the wall. And so these frames that are on the wall over here, I'll show y'all, they did actually come as a 4-pack, and I got them when they were on sale. If you wait until things are half off, then you save a lot of money. You do have to kind of be patient sometimes to do that, but it's worth it in my opinion. And then also all of their table decor will go on sale at the same time usually. And so the next week is usually when it'll go on sale. And then I went in and looked around to try to find vases, candlesticks, and things like that that I wanted. I also like to spray paint things that are the wrong color of metal for what I'm wanting. So I'll show y'all what I did there too. I used some spray paint that I already had from something else to get a cheaper look, or well, a more expensive look, but for a cheaper price. So I'm gonna show y'all some of the things that I got. I found this frame and a couple of other ones at a yard sale, and the man gave me all three for $4. So that's a really good deal because, as you know, frames can be really expensive, and some of them, if they're ornate, can be even really expensive, half off at Hobby Lobby. One way that we saved probably around $100 is Jason actually built the frame for our TV, because I looked online and I was on Amazon and they were way more expensive than what I thought they would be. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please give me a like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next week. Bye!